Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're decoding the art of talking to artificial intelligence. It's a skill that's seriously changing how we work and create, and it all boils down to how you ask the question.
So if you've ever asked an AI something and gotten a totally bland, kind of useless answer like the one on the left, you are not alone. But what if a tiny little tweak could unlock a response as creative and clear as the one on the right? That huge gap between a bad answer and a great one, that's what we're talking about today.
And this gets to a really common frustration. A lot of the time, the problem isn't the AI itself, but, well, how we're talking to it. We've all been there, right? You get an answer that's maybe technically correct, but totally unhelpful. Or sometimes it's just flat out wrong. It feels like we're not tapping into the real power of these tools. But that's about to change.
The solution is a new skill. And the good news? It's less about coding and way more about just being a clear communicator. It's called prompt engineering.
So what the heck is it? Simply put, prompt engineering is just the art of crafting the right instructions, the prompts, to guide an AI to give you exactly what you're looking for. It's not about code, it's just about using plain language, but using it well.
One research paper called it an art form, and I think that's perfect. It's a mix of logic, creativity, and a little bit of psychology. And today, we're going to learn the key brushstrokes to become prompt artists ourselves.
So how do we master this art? Well, researchers have found dozens of principles, but don't worry, they all pretty much boil down to a few core, easy-to-remember ideas.
Think of it like a recipe with just 3 ingredients. You need to be clear, you need to provide context, and you need to guide the AI. That's it. Clarity, context, and guidance. Let's break down what each of those really means.
First up, be clear. This just means being direct. Tell the AI what you want it to do instead of what you don't want it to do. You can even use leading words like think step by step to force it to show its work. And here's a pro tip. You don't need to be polite. Seriously, no please or thank you necessary. Just get straight to the point. Next, context. This one is huge. The AI has no idea who this is for unless you tell it. So specify the audience. Is this for an expert or are you explaining it to an 11-year-old? You can even give the AI a job. Tell it, you are a professional copywriter or you are a skeptical historian. This completely changes the tone of the response.
And finally, guide the AI. This is where things get really powerful. Instead of just telling it what you want, show it. Give it an example or two of what a good answer looks like. And if you have a really big, complicated request, don't throw it all at the AI at once. Break it down into smaller steps. Guide it through the process.
Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this actually work in the real world? Let's put these principles to the test and see the difference they make. Let's start with something simple. We're going to ask an AI whether a common piece of advice is helpful or not. The advice is, if you have work, just start working. Seems pretty straightforward.
With a basic prompt, the AI says, yep, that's helpful.
And, it can be. But now, watch what happens when we use our principles. By giving it just a couple of examples for context and guidance, its judgment completely flips. It now understands the nuance that, hey, for someone who's overwhelmed, this is actually terrible advice. That's a much smarter answer. Okay, let's step it up a notch. What about a logic puzzle? These are things that AI models often get tripped up on, especially when there's a little math involved. This is a fantastic example. On the left, with just a basic prompt, the AI makes a simple math error. It gets the answer wrong. But on the right, we made one tiny addition, the phrase, think step by step. This simple little bit of guidance changes everything. The AI lays out its logic, it corrects its own math, and it lands on the right answer. A tiny change for a huge improvement. So what this all shows is that prompt engineering isn't just a party trick. It's actually becoming a fundamental skill for getting by in our world. Think about it. Learning to communicate clearly with AI is becoming just as essential as knowing how to type or use a search engine. You're basically learning how to translate an idea in your head into a perfect instruction for machine. And this isn't just a feeling. The data actually proves it. Using these principles leads to huge measurable improvements in how often the AI gets things right. And check out this trend. The more powerful the AI model, the more it benefits from a good prompt. With GPT-4, you see a massive jump in accuracy. It's like having a race car. It's only going to hit its top speed if you know how to drive it. And the best part? Anybody can learn this skill. It's not about being a programmer. It's about being a clear communicator. Once you master it, you stop playing a guessing game with AI and you start turning it into a truly powerful, creative partner. So I'll leave you with this final thought.
Some people are saying that prompts are the new programming language.